Did you know that in 19th century England, a man's property could skip his own daughters and go to a distant male relative? This is the drama unfolding at Longbourn, the Bennet family home. One morning, Mr. Bennet announces a surprise visitor. Mrs. Bennet immediately hopes it's the rich and charming Mr. Bingley, a perfect match for her eldest daughter, Jane. But no, it's not Mr. Bingley. It's a complete stranger. After teasing his wife and 5 daughters, Mr. Bennet reveals the guest is his cousin, Mr. Collins, the very same Mr. Collins who will inherit their entire home when Mr. Bennet dies, potentially leaving the girls with nothing. Mrs. Bennet is furious, calling it the most hateful and unjust situation. But Mr. Bennet decides to read a letter from his cousin, which might just change her mind. In his letter, Mr. Collins explains he's recently become a priest under the patronage of the great Lady Catherine de Bourgh. He says he wants to heal the rift between their families and even hints at making amends for the whole inheritance issue. He announces he'll be arriving that very day at 4 o'clock. The letter is something else. It's filled with a strange mix of politeness, self-importance, and constant praise for his patron, Lady Catherine. Elizabeth finds him peculiar and questions if he can possibly be a sensible man. Mr. Bennet, however, is secretly delighted, expecting his cousin to be hilariously foolish. Mr. Collins arrives right on time. He's a tall, heavy-set young man of 25 with very serious, formal manners. He immediately starts complimenting Mrs. Bennet on her beautiful daughters, suggesting they'll all marry well. When Mrs. Bennet hints at their poor financial prospects, Mr. Collins alludes again to his plan to make amends. He then proceeds to praise everything in the house, which Mrs. Bennet notes with suspicion, thinking he's just admiring his future property. Dinner is a showcase of Mr. Collins's character. He asks which daughter cooked the meal, and when Mrs. Bennet sharply informs him they have a cook, he spends the next 15 minutes apologizing profusely. Mr. Bennet, amused, brings up Lady Catherine de Bourgh, which sets Mr. Collins off on a long, enthusiastic speech about her greatness. He boasts about her condescending to give him advice, like telling him to marry soon, and even inviting him to dinner twice. He talks about her daughter, the charming but weak Miss de Bourgh, and how he prepares little compliments for them in his spare time. Mr. Bennet is thoroughly entertained. Mr. Collins is just as absurd as he had hoped. After tea, the entertainment continues. Mr. Collins, shocked at the suggestion of reading a novel, chooses a religious book instead. He starts reading in a slow, serious tone, but the youngest daughter, Lydia, can't stand it. She rudely interrupts him to talk about a military officer, offending him so much that he refuses to read any more. It becomes clear to everyone that Mr. Collins is not a sensible man. He is a mixture of proud and servile, obsessed with his new status and his patroness. So, what was his grand plan to make amends? He decided to marry one of the Bennet girls. He saw it as an incredibly generous act on his part. Upon arriving, his eyes landed on the beautiful Jane, the eldest. She was his choice for the first evening, but a short conversation with Mrs. Bennet the next morning changes everything. When he reveals his intention to find a wife among her daughters, Mrs. Bennet happily tells him that Jane is likely to be engaged soon. But, she adds encouragingly, her other daughters are available. And just like that, while Mrs. Bennet was pouring tea, Mr. Collins simply switched his choice from Jane to the next in line, Elizabeth. Suddenly, the man Mrs. Bennet despised just a day before has become one of her favourites. As she now dreams of having 2 daughters married off, what will Elizabeth think of this sudden proposal? That's a story for next time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more classic tales.